Picture this. You're faced with a decision, big or small, and instead of making a choice, your mind starts racing. You begin to overanalyze every possible outcome, replaying scenarios in your head until you're paralyzed by indecision. Sound familiar? Overthinking can turn even the simplest tasks into a source of unnecessary stress and anxiety, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and stuck. Overthinking is a common issue that many of us face. It can be a silent productivity killer, stalling decision-making and leading to a cycle of worry that's hard to break. Whether it's deciding what to say in an email or pondering life's bigger choices, overthinking can hold you back from taking action and moving forward. In this video, we're going to introduce you to a simple yet powerful technique called the 5-minute rule. This technique can help you break free from the grip of overthinking almost instantly, allowing you to make decisions with confidence and ease. What is overthinking? Overthinking is the process of continuously analyzing or ruminating on a situation, decision, or potential outcome, often to the point where it interferes with your ability to take action. Instead of helping you make better choices, overthinking traps you in a loop of excessive worry and second-guessing. It's not about being thorough or careful. It's about getting stuck in your thoughts. Symptoms of overthinking. People who overthink often experience a range of symptoms, including indecisiveness, where every option seems equally fraught with risk, leading to an inability to choose. Anxiety is another common symptom, as the mind becomes preoccupied with worst-case scenarios and potential failures. This mental exhaustion from constantly turning over the same thoughts can lead to fatigue, headaches, and even difficulty sleeping. The more you overthink, the more overwhelming these symptoms can become. Impact on mental health. Over time, overthinking can have a serious impact on your mental health. It is closely linked to anxiety and depression, as the constant cycle of negative thoughts can reinforce feelings of hopelessness and fear. Overthinking can also increase stress levels, leading to physical symptoms like tension headaches and high blood pressure. If left unchecked, it can contribute to the development of chronic stress-related disorders, making it crucial to find effective ways to break the cycle. The science behind overthinking. Psychological triggers. Overthinking often stems from deep-seated psychological triggers. Fear of failure is a major contributor. When you're overly afraid of making the wrong choice, you become trapped in a cycle of trying to predict every possible outcome. Perfectionism is another trigger, where the desire to make the perfect decision leads to endless scrutiny of every option. Low self-esteem can also drive overthinking, as individuals doubt their ability to make sound decisions, leading them to overanalyze and second-guess themselves. Neuroscience of overthinking. From a neurological perspective, overthinking involves excessive activation of the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and problem-solving. While the prefrontal cortex is crucial for these functions, overactivation can lead to what is known as analysis paralysis, where the brain is so focused on processing information that it becomes difficult to make decisions. This heightened state of mental activity also triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol, which further exacerbates feelings of anxiety and worry. Cognitive behavioral patterns. Overthinking is often fueled by cognitive distortions, irrational thought patterns that reinforce negative thinking. Common distortions include catastrophizing, where you imagine the worst possible outcome, and all-or-nothing thinking, where you view situations in black and white terms, with no room for middle ground. These patterns create a distorted view of reality, making problems seem more significant and decisions more daunting than they actually are. Understanding these patterns is the first step toward breaking free from overthinking and developing healthier thought processes. What is the 5-minute rule? The 5-minute rule is a simple yet powerful technique designed to break the cycle of overthinking. The concept is straightforward. When faced with a decision or task that you're overthinking, give yourself just 5 minutes to make a decision or take action, no matter how complex the task may seem. The idea is not to perfect the task, but to get started, thereby overcoming the initial barrier of inaction. Origins and effectiveness. The 5-minute rule is rooted in principles from time management techniques and cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Time management strategies often emphasize short, focused bursts of activity to overcome procrastination, while CBT teaches us to challenge and change unhelpful thought patterns. The effectiveness of the 5-minute rule lies in its ability to create a sense of urgency, forcing your brain to focus and act rather than dwell on potential outcomes. By limiting the time you spend thinking, you disrupt the cycle of overthinking and move directly into action, which can reduce anxiety and boost productivity. How to apply the 5-minute rule? Step 1. Identify the decision or task. The first step in applying the 5-minute rule is to clearly identify the decision or task you're overthinking. This could be anything from responding to an email, choosing between 2 options, or starting a new project. The key is to acknowledge that you're caught in a loop of overanalysis and need to break free. Once you've pinpointed the task, you're ready to apply the rule. Step 2. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Next, set a timer for exactly 5 minutes. This step is crucial because it introduces a finite time limit, creating a sense of urgency that compels your brain to focus on the task at hand. Knowing that you only have 5 minutes forces you to concentrate, reducing the mental clutter that fuels overthinking. It's important to start the timer immediately after identifying the task to maintain momentum. Step 3. Take immediate action. Once the timer is set, take immediate action. This could mean making a decision, starting the task, or taking the first step toward completion. The goal is not necessarily to finish the task within the 5 minutes, but to get started. By initiating action, you shift your brain from a passive state of overthinking to an active state of doing. This momentum often carries over even after the timer goes off, making it easier to continue with the task. Step 4. Reflect on the process. After the 5 minutes are up, take a moment to reflect on how you feel. Notice the reduction in stress and the sense of accomplishment that comes from having taken action. Reflecting on the process helps reinforce the effectiveness of the 5-minute rule, making it more likely that you'll use it again in the future. Over time, this practice can significantly reduce the tendency to overthink, leading to better decision-making and increased productivity. Real-life examples and success stories. Example 1. Procrastination on a work project. Consider the case of Sarah, a marketing manager who often found herself procrastinating on a major presentation due to overthinking every detail. She knew the project was important, but felt overwhelmed by the pressure to make it perfect. Instead of diving in, she would spend hours researching, outlining, and second-guessing her ideas, leading to delays and stress. After learning about the 5-minute rule, Sarah decided to give it a try. She set a timer for 5 minutes and forced herself to start writing, knowing she didn't need to finish, just begin. The act of starting broke her cycle of procrastination, and by the time the timer went off, she was fully engaged and motivated to continue. Sarah finished the presentation well before the deadline, amazed at how such a simple technique could overcome her chronic procrastination. Example 2. Decision-making in personal life. John was torn between 2 job offers, each with its own set of pros and cons. The constant back and forth in his mind was causing him significant anxiety. Instead of continuing to overthink, John applied the 5-minute rule. He set a timer and decided that he would make his decision within those 5 minutes, focusing on his gut feeling and what aligned best with his long-term goals. By the end of the 5 minutes, John had made his choice and felt relieved and confident in his decision. The 5-minute rule helped him bypass the endless analysis and trust his instincts. Example 3. Daily application. The 5-minute rule isn't just for big decisions or tasks. It can be applied daily to smaller choices, such as deciding what to cook for dinner or whether to start a workout. By using the rule consistently, individuals can reduce daily anxiety, build confidence in their decision-making abilities, and create a more productive, stress-free routine. The 5-minute rule is a powerful tool to help you break free from overthinking and boost your productivity. It's simple, effective, and easy to apply in various situations. Try the 5-minute rule today and share your experiences in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more life hacks and personal growth tips.